Before prospective migrants pack their bags for Australia, they must sign a specific, legally binding document. It's called the Australian Value Statement. This signature addresses the core tension of modern Australia: how to hold together millions of citizens from vastly different religious, cultural, and ethnic backgrounds without society fracturing along those very fault lines. The story of this continent begins with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, who maintain the oldest continuous cultures in the world. On top of that deep foundation, successive waves of global migration have built a highly complex, interconnected population. To manage this extreme diversity, the nation relies on a specific social equalizer. Australians call it the fair go. The fair go dictates that a person's success in life must be determined by their hard work and talent. It explicitly rejects class distinctions or inherited privilege and preferential treatment based on background. This fair go provides the baseline expectation for public life. It establishes a shared set of rules that allow individuals from different backgrounds to interact without the conflict of social hierarchy. In daily life, this framework translates into very specific required behaviors. At the most basic level, it mandates mutual respect and a tolerance for differing views, even when neighbors fiercely disagree. Citizens are guaranteed freedom of speech and religion, alongside the specific protected right to peacefully protest government actions in public spaces. But those freedoms have strict legal boundaries. The system enforces an absolute intolerance for racism, public intimidation, and any form of domestic or family violence. This requirement for mutual respect scales into an active community expectation known as mateship. Mateship takes the form of community service and volunteering. For new migrants, participating in these local initiatives serves as a vital, practical tool for building social cohesion and integrating into their new neighborhoods. Everyday acts of neighborly respect and local volunteering act as the connective tissue, transforming millions of isolated individuals into a unified community. On a national scale, these local community values are codified into hard law through Australia's system of parliamentary democracy. Under this rule of law, equality of opportunity is guaranteed, ensuring everyone has the right to make independent choices regardless of their gender, race, or origin. However, the bureaucratic system frequently fails to uphold these ideals. A massive skill underutilization crisis was recently detailed right here at the National Press Club. 44% of qualified permanent migrants, 620,000 people, are working below their skill level. Specific shortfalls contradict national needs. 47,000 engineers, 20,000 teachers, and 1,300 electricians are trapped in jobs failing to utilize their expertise. To combat this systemic exploitation and enforce the fair go, the government recently launched a new public register of approved work sponsors. This tool allows vulnerable visa holders to locate vetted employers and escape dead-end roles. The rule of law operates as the fair go scaled up to an industrial level, designed specifically to protect migrants from bureaucratic and workplace exploitation. The Australian Value Statement also functions as a powerful shield against radical shifts in government policy. We saw this tested recently when the Liberal opposition proposed overhauling migration with values-based discrimination, including mandatory social media scrutiny for applicants from specific nations like China and Vietnam. The proposals went further, suggesting that dependent partners be forced to pass mandatory English tests and that tax-paying permanent residents be stripped of their right to access government programs like the First Home Buyer Scheme. These proposals are failing to gain legal traction because they directly violate the foundational, non-discriminatory promises already codified in the Value Statement, which guarantees equality of opportunity regardless of national origin. From local community volunteering to federal immigration law, these shared principles provide a consistent filter for exactly how the nation operates. They create a predictable framework that protects individual rights while maintaining a unified community.